So right here we've got round 2 of the men's 4-0 bracket for the Cornerstone Dink and Rally tournament. For right here we have Matt Ivanoff in the dark blue tan shorts Legacy Pro paddle, Zach Smale in the turquoise blue or the light blue knee brace Legacy Pro paddle. We have Scott Anderson and Mateo Harris on the other side. Mateo currently has the Legacy Pro as well with the red edge guard tape, and Scott Anderson is serving. Right here we've got Scott Anderson serving at 0-0-2, start of game 1. Best 2 out of 3 win by 1. Zach Smale with the initial return, just going long. Easy swing on that two-hander, lot of power through that paddle. 1-0-2. Scott serves, misses a little wide. Serve returns to Ivanoff and Smale. Zach Smale serving at 0-1-1. Nice drive drop combo. Matt Ivanoff with the quick backhand poke right at Mateo. Mateo unable to handle the pace coming down at his low backhand. Zach Smale serving at 1-0-2. 1-0-1, I'm sorry. Little net cord. High ball. Mateo cross court high forehand put away. Great shot, great angle there. Ivanoff serving at 1-1-2. Right there, we've got a very nice speed-up close by Smale and Ivanoff with the heavy forehand finish. Great combination there from them. Definitely looks like the game plan is going to be to target Mateo's backhand. Scott Anderson is going to try and cover it with his forehand. A great roll shot there from Teo, keeping Zach Smale back at the baseline. Very tough drop from there, having to hit 2 shots from the baseline. The score is 1-2-1. Teo serving to Zach. Zach Smale, great forehand right down at the feet of Teo. Unable to handle it and get that thing over. Scott Anderson serving at 1-2-2. Drive from Scott just a little low, targeting Zach. Seeing if he can make him hit that two-handed backhand. 2-1-1, Smale serving to Teo. And a great recovery by Scott for a very good drop shot by Zach Smale. Ivanoff serving 2-1-2. And a missed return, a little short by Scott Anderson. A little surprising there. Playing with that Yola CFS 16. A little soft on that ball. And Matt Ivanoff just kind of wondering if he should have hit that high backhand. The answer is no, that ball would have landed far out. But right now we have Teo serving at 1-3-1. Ivanoff with the return. Teo with a little bit of a high drop, and Matt with the unforced error, high forehand right into the tape, standing very tall hitting that ball. We've got 2-3-1, Teo's serve. Great forehand dink from Scott Anderson, great forehand dinks. The speed up at Teo pops up to Matt's forehand again, and he does put it long. Very interesting turn of events here. All Matt needs to do is bring that ball down and hit it into the court, and he puts his overhead long. Now we've got 3-3-1. Looks like Matt's getting a little on the jerky side. We have a miscommunication in the middle there. Matt's got to leave that high forehand for Zach coming through. We've got either 3-3-1 or 4-3-1. Great overheads from Zach Smale. A paddle drop in disgust after great pickups by Scott and Mateo. And that's unfortunate. That is a point completely in your control that you do wind up just shanking a ball on. That's a feeling that no pickleball player likes to feel. And the score is 5-3-1. A lob goes up. Ivanov with the high overhead. A great pickup there. A great pickup by Mateo. We've got ourselves a point here, ladies and gentlemen. A drop shot that hits the net and actually carries over. Leads to a timeout for Smale and Ivanov at 6-3-1. It's Mateo's serve. That is an excellent defensive point from Mateo and Scott Anderson, really forcing Zach Smale and Matt Ivanov to call a timeout. That is tough. That's a tough point. Well played by both sides, but Mateo and Scott just come out on top. Tanner Van coming back to you with the men's 4-0 doubles second round. You've got Scott Anderson in the green B-Pappy shirt and the pickleballer hat, currently stretching his knees, playing with the Yola CFS 16mm. You've got Mateo over here in the red Legacy Pro, Matt Ivanov in the dark blue Legacy Pro, and Zach Smale about to return the serve with his Legacy Pro. So we are seeing a common trend on these paddles, and that's a great speed up by Zach Smale right there. Scott Anderson unable to handle the pace with his backhand. Zach, an excellent speed up with his forehand, stayed low, pushed the ball. Excellent job. 6-3-2. Scott Anderson putting his serve long. And that's the first real unforced error we've seen from Scott Anderson yet this match. That's a tough break. Now we've got Ivanov serving on that left side. 3-6-1 for his drop. A little short, right into the top of the tape. Definitely targeting Mateo B-Pappy Harris's backhand, seeing if he can earn himself a quick pop-up. Zach Smale serving at 3-6-2. A high ball swung on, and I can't tell if Matt Ivanov bailed off his forehand or if he let that ball go, but whichever one, it was the right choice as that ball lands out. Matt with a really nice forehand drop. Zach Smale with an excellent poach with his backhand in the middle. It looks like Matt and Zach are really, really turning up the heat, turning up the pressure. 5-6-2 now. Zach serving to Mateo. Return. Nice drop by Ivanov. Working his way to the kitchen line. Nice little backhand dink. Backhand to backhand. Change it up. Go to Zach. Sitting on Scott's forehand. Nice. Which team is going to lose patience first? Which team is going to look for that speed up? And Mateo doesn't even need a speed up. He just goes ahead and puts a dink a little short right into the top of the tape. An unfortunate error from him. We've got 6-6-2. A drive from Zach is responded to by Mateo's high forehand. Clips the tape, and Zach Smale just unable to reach that ball in time. Puts it wide out on Scott Anderson's forehand sideline. 6-6-1. Scott Anderson serving Zach Smale. Right there, Mateo sitting really well on his forehand volley. 7-6-1. And Scott Anderson just not really sure what the game plan was there. Either a body bag of Zach Smale or just trying to put that ball past him or surprise him. But Zach Smale, reading the shot, just moves and lets that ball land long. Scott Anderson again with his forehand drop and his backhand. Now you've got Scott and Mateo on the defensive. Pulling up here. That's a nice job. Dropping short. Mateo with a great ball. And here we've got a nice reset. Very even on these dinks. Zach Smale with the speed up. Mateo unable to handle on his backhand. Right there, Zach Smale. Just an excellent forehand play. 6-7-1 Smale to Mateo. Scott Anderson, great redirect there. Matt Ivanov unable to handle. Dumps his backhand dink right into the net. A great poach forehand middle by Matt Ivanov. Absolutely stunned and just puts Scott and Mateo, stop them dead in their tracks. Great forehand winner there. 7-7-2. A huge missed return here puts Zach and Matt up 1, 8-7-2. We'll see if they can capitalize off that mistake from Mateo. Zach and Matt patiently working, and there's the mistake. That's it. Folks, if you're listening to this, your mid-court drop shots cannot be missed. And here we've got 7-8-1. A high drop twice from Scott Anderson. Another high drop, trying to reset, trying to find the happy medium. And that is an unfortunate let cord from Scott Anderson that pops directly into Matt Ivanoff's forehand, and he just absolutely puts that ball away. He does not want that ball coming back. A great finish from Ivanoff. It's 7-8-2, Anderson serving Ivanoff. And a poor communication call from Mateo Harris on that one. He thought the ball was going to be wide, and unfortunately Scott Anderson had to pick up a pretty in backhand and just puts them really rough behind the point. Matt Ivanoff with a great dink, an excellent dink there, sped up by Mateo, and Zach Smale just putting the hurt back on that ball and drills Scott Anderson on the left side of his body. Scott just unable to handle that pace. We've got 9-7-1 here. We'll see if Ivanoff and Smale can capitalize on those mistakes. A great response there from Scott Anderson. A great point going on here, and then Ivanoff just unable to put that ball back in. Some really powerful shots from Anderson and Harris. The wind's picking up a lot over here too. We're going to see how this changes the game plan in game 2. We've got 9-7-2 here. We'll see if Ivanoff and Smale can reset to the net, and they do in an unforced error from Scott Anderson aiming for Zach Smale's forehand. There was a lot of court to his right, and unfortunately he just did not capitalize. Now we've got game point, 10-7-2, Ivanoff serving Anderson. And Scott Anderson with the excellent eyes. He sees Zach Smale take that step back. He knows it's coming hard, and he just lets that ball go. Great smart play. Great smart play. And we'll see if Mateo and Scott can capitalize here. Little net cord. Good dinks going on here. And Zach Smale with the missed volley. An absolute surprise off that one. Thought he was sitting well on it, but it turns out he just overhit that ball. Zach Smale with the coverage poach, and he just does not unleash the full potential of his forehand and puts that ball out. Interesting turn of events here. 10-10-1 for Mateo and Scott Anderson. And a great drop from Mateo, and now we have 11-10. Oh, it's win by 1 in this bracket. I forgot. Great play by Mateo and Scott Anderson. They were able to close that game out and take the win. And we've got the start of game 2 here. Smale serving Anderson, 0-0-2, game 2. And for those just joining, I did forget, these games are only win by 1. So Scott and Mateo reached 11 first. Even though it was 11-10, they took the win in game 1. But a quick lead for Smale and Ivanoff with 1-0-2. A great reset there. A great crash by Zach Smale, but unfortunately too big a swing on that forehand, and he dumps it right in the net. Now we've got 0-1-1 Anderson serving Ivanov. A great angle put away by Matt Ivanov, right out of the reach of Scott Anderson. Now Mateo serving Smale, 0-1-2. And a missed drop shot from Mateo, and ball is back over to Smale and Ivanov, 1-0-1. An excellent point developing here. Ivanov and Smale working their way back in, and Matt Ivanov with the put away. An excellent point from them. Great way to stay calm, work their way back into the point, hitting those mid-court resets. Excellent job, Matt Ivanov and Zach Smale. And Matt Ivanov missing a drop shot by all of 4 inches. Probably less, but right into the top of the tape. 2-0-2. A short chip midcourt drop shot by Zach Smale is short. Scott Anderson, excellent pressure on Zach coming through the court. 0-2-1. Anderson with the drive. Mateo with the follow-up drop. And Mateo missing another backhand dink. Pretty unforced error there. Nothing special from Ivanov, but Mateo just putting the ball short. 0-2-2 here. Ivanov with the unforced error. Return right into the net, giving Mateo and Scott their first point of game 2. We'll see if they can capitalize on that missed return right there. Zach Smale with an excellent ball. Hit really hard, and unable to handle it is Mateo Beepappy Harris. Zach Smale with the absolutely violent put-away power. Great shot there. 2-1-1. And for those listening at home, these two teams train together. So they all play on a Sunday morning group. Typically, when they're trying to set up a foursome for play, these are the guys that contact each other. So they are all very familiar with their games, with each other's games, with their shots, with their favorite shots, with their best shots, stuff like that. So here we've got a game of true consistency. Whichever team is going to be more consistent is going to win this match. And this is the difference between that 4-0, 4-5, 5-0, and pro level, is at 4-0, if you know your opponent well enough, you can still theoretically win games simply by picking on those weaknesses. And right here, we've got a little development in the game. Not quite sure what the score is. Zach Smale, excellent pickup here. Great drop again. Zach Smale coming in with the finish. We'll see if he can end this rally. Excellent Russian crush by Zach Smale, and then Matt coming in with the absolute violence. Great defense by Mateo. Props given to him by Zach Smale and Matt Ivanov. An excellent effort. And right here we've got Matt Ivanov serving at 5-1-2. And a small score discrepancy here. Mateo saying that they have 2 points. Matt and Zach agree, and now the score is 5-2-2. Ivanov making some jokes out there, saying I'd like to keep you guys at 1 instead of 2. Mateo with the unforced error. Looks like the speed of Matt's last overhead really just kind of rattled him. We'll see if he can recover. It's 6-2-2. Ivanov serving Anderson. Anderson with the missed return. Boy, they have just started a landslide of mistakes here, and they've got to put a stop to that. 7-2-2. And that's a return. Now we've got a point again. Looks like Scott and Mateo cooled down just a little bit. And here we've got these dinks again, focusing on Mateo, seeing how many backhands we can make him hit. Unfortunately, Mateo's hands just not able to keep up with Ivanov's. Ivanov volleying with Mateo cross court and putting that ball away on Scott Anderson. We've got a timeout here by Harris and Anderson. Ivanov serving at 8-2-2. This game turned into a blowout real quick, so we'll see what kind of adjustments Mateo and Scott Anderson come back with in this game. But right now, Zach Smale and Matt Ivanov are just riding the wave, and all they've got to do to close out this game 2 is just stay consistent and let Scott Anderson and Mateo B. Pappy Harris make those mistakes. And looks like we're ready to resume play. All 4 players have paddles back in hands. Zach Smale and Matt Ivanov up 8-2-2 in this game 2. Mateo B. Pappy Harris and Scott Anderson won game 1. So unless something really happens here, we're probably looking at a game 3 here. Zach Smale missing a very, very easy forehand dink. Unfortunately, it just looks like his feet got stuck in concrete there. 2-8-1, Mateo serving Zach. And a great speed up, great put away by Matt Ivanov. An excellent job there. Mateo B. Pappy Harris just unable to handle the speed. A great speed up, a great finish by Matt Ivanov. And we've got 2-8-2, Anderson serving Ivanov. A nice return there. And a missed drop shot from Scott Anderson gives the ball right back to Smale and Ivanov. 8-2-1, Zach Smale serving Mateo Harris. A drive from Zach Smale right up the middle. Looks like a huge miscommunication from Mateo and Scott. And Zach Smale and Matt Ivanov feeling the energy back here, feeding off each other at 9-2-1. And then Zach Smale with the unforced error on his serve. He put that ball deep. Matt Ivanov serving at 9-2-2. A great drop there, a great speed up there. And yes, that ball is out. That is point number 10 for Matt and Zach. Ivanov serving 10-2-2 to Scott Anderson. And that will do it, folks. That's game 2. Matt Ivanov, Zach Smale winning game 2 in convincing fashion in a score of 11-2. So we've got game 1, Mateo and Scott. Game 2, Zach and Matt. And we'll see about game 3. All right, folks, Tanner Van coming back to you with the 4-0 second round of the Cornerstone Dink and Rally. Hopefully my phone doesn't die on this one, but we've got ourselves a thriller here, a game 3 between Zach Smale and Matt Ivanov and Mateo Harris and Scott Anderson. So right here, we're looking at keys of the game. In this game 3, for Scott and Mateo to win this, they need to stay soft and not speed the ball up. So right now, if Mateo and Scott stay soft, they will win this game. If they let Zach and Matt control the pace and speed the ball up, then it's going to be the other way around. So here we've got the start of game 3. Scott Anderson serving. Serving to Zach Smale at 0-0. And a missed dink from Scott Anderson gives the ball right to Zach Smale and Matt Ivanoff. We'll see if they can capitalize on an early mistake from Scott Anderson. A great forehand finish from Mateo Harris. An excellent ball here. Matt Ivanoff serving 0-0-2 to Mateo Harris. A little wide, calls Ivanoff. Scott Anderson agrees. We've got ourselves a 1-0-2 game.
Next up is the men's doubles 3-5. We have Pratt and Hughes versus Quintana and Maslin. Pratt, Hughes, Quintana, and Maslin.
A great job from Mateo Harris. Sorry, a ball was hit over the fence. I played ball boy for a hot second there. Scott Anderson serving at 0-0. A great dink rally here. Ivanoff and Smale really avoiding Scott Anderson here, and Mateo Beep Happy Harris pulls out the rally and gets the dub on the dinks. 1-0-1 from Scott Anderson. A great speed up there from Mateo Harris, and he just goes for the top body of Zach Smale, and he makes contact. Zach Smale unable to get out of the way there. A great speed up by Mateo. We've got 2-1-1. Scott Anderson serve a little deep. Ivanoff calling it long. Serve turns over to Mateo. 2-1-2 is the score. And a great speed up by Ivanoff right at Mateo. Mateo unable to handle the speed. And that there earns Smale and Ivanoff a side out. An excellent ball there. Zach Smale, excellent poach across the middle. Scott Anderson unable to handle the pace. Looks like we have a 2-2-1 game here. Now a 3-2-1 game with an unforced error from Harris. Once again, I do apologize if my phone cuts out. I'm running a little low on battery with all this videoing. So we've got 3-2-1 here. Scott Anderson with the easy dink mistake again. And now the score is 4-2-1 in this third game. A great drop by Ivanoff leads to a stable dink rally. Right here, I'm not sure whether the ball was in or out. The ball was long, so Ivanoff is serving 5-2-1. Zach Smale and Matt Ivanoff need one more point for the side change. And there it is, Zach Smale with the forehand up the middle.
Side change, boys.
And they needed the commentator to remind them about the side change, so you're welcome, fellas. And we'll see. We're going to take a small break here for the side change. A quick camera adjustment here, and we're ready to rock and roll on this side change. Should be Smale and Ivanov serving at 6-2-2. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. Oh, sounds like it's going to be 6-2-1, not 6-2-2. 6-2-1, Ivanov serving Teo. A nice point developing here. A great point so far, some great defensive gets. Now we're back to a reset. We're back to even. Mateo misses his dink, but that is an excellent point. Mateo and Scott with some crazy good defense. Ivanov and Smale never taking their foot off the gas. A great job to apply the pressure. 7-2-1 here. And Ivanov with the quick close. That's a great job. So for this, now we're looking at 8-2-1. Ivanov and Smale just putting the screws to Scott Anderson and Mateo Harris. Score is 8-2-1 here. And a great put away by Zach Smale right up the middle. An excellent forehand, 9-2-1. Another timeout here from Anderson and Harris. Smale and Ivanov riding the high right now and doing a great job of applying the pressure to Harris and Anderson. And we're back here for what might be the closeout of Game 3, 9-2-1. Ivanov serving Anderson. In a perfect place by Matt Ivanov to drop that ball right in between Anderson's feet, and he is unable to pick that ball up. We've got 10-1. And an easy backhand mistake from Mateo ends Game 3. Smale and Ivanov win it in the final 2 games of the set, the match. And that is well played by all 4. Best of luck to Mateo Harris and Scott Anderson on the rest of their day. Ivanov and Smale move on to round 3. Well played by all 4 players.